So good morning, my name is Paul Avison. I'm a product specialist for VRV Solutions. So what I wanted to show you this morning was the port mapping application on the PCT Max application on the MAP 300. So what you can see on the screen is the GUI for the MAP 300. I happen to be running it inside a browser, but the GUI is exactly the same whether you're running it on the touchscreen or whether you're running it on a connected screen directly connected to the HDMI port on the MAP 300. So the configuration I have is in slot number 1, I have the insertion loss return loss module. It happens to be a multi-mode unit. And in slots 2 and 3, I have a dual 1x12 switch. This is 2 independent 1x12 switches in slots 2 and 3. So port mapping is an application that runs inside the PCT Max application inside MAP 300. If I start PCT Max, then I have a number of functions here. So I have instrument mode, I have the scripting DUT aware mode, and I have the port mapping mode. What I have to pre-configure for port mapping is I have to pre-configure the 2 switches. So if I click on the configuration, you can see that we have the switch module number 1. The address is 021, so it's chassis 0. Slot number 2, device number 1, and the second switch is 022. So it's the second device in slot number 2. Okay, so it's because it's 2 independent switches inside the one cassette. Okay, so port mapping is very simple. So if I click on port mapping, we've got a number of different functions that we can use inside port mapping. So the first and simplest way we can use this is the discovery mode. The first thing we would do is we would just create the table, we would initialize the table. So in this case, we have all 12 channels of both switches set up. And I've decided that switch number 2 is unknown. So switch number 1, I'm saying that switch number 1, fiber number 1 on my device is connected to fiber number 1 on the switch, and so on down to fiber number 12. But I have no idea how switch number 2 is configured. Okay, so I don't know what fiber numbers are connected to switch number 2. So I just want to discover what fibers are actually connected to fibers 1 to 12 of switch number 2. So I just press go, and that will populate the table and say, actually, fibers 1 to 12 are actually configured in the same order on switch number 2 as they are on switch number 1. Okay, so I've discovered what my device looks like. The second thing we can do is we can upload a table and say, does my device conform to what I want? So let me just upload a table. So I've previously created this polarity A, so a straight through polarity table. So what I want to do now is I want to validate my device against that particular table. So it's expecting fibers 1 to 12 on switch number 1 to be connected to fibers 1 to 12 on switch number 2. So if I press go, it will say, is it a pass or is it a fail? Now, because we've just discovered this path, you can see that it's a pass. So that's a very quick introduction to port mapping on MAP 300. Same application works, of course, on MAP 200 as well.